So I've got the brake master cylinder to do on it today. This brake master cylinder situation is a bit of a pain to me. It's in there. Although I can kind of get to it, but to do it properly and get the lines off, it's going to be fuel tank out, which is not hard, but you know. So that's today's jobs. If I can get that done, be happy. So that's getting that closer to get the low light out. Then the wheels on the low light can go onto the splitty. Alright, so that's today's chores. Get into it. Alright, so under the brake master cylinder, you can see there that it's been leaking, and out of the top, the feed that goes in from the reservoir has come out. I don't know how old it is, so I'm going to replace it. But it's deep down in there, so fuel tank has to come out. Alright, fuel tank's out. Just 4 bolts, and you can turn that to the side. There's enough length in the fuel line just to have it sitting there. Unfortunately, I don't have much fuel in it. So yeah, you can see how nasty it looks down there. So yeah, rusty and crusty. So I've got to undo the bolts from inside and hopefully get these brake lines out of it, no problem. Alright, so I just started to clean out all the gunk from underneath there. It's just a build-up of dirt, but it also had this protective coating which is all over the place, which has protected it, but now it's kind of gross. One day I want to laser clean, or what's the other one? The laser clean or dry ice clean. Dry ice clean. But look at all the shit that came out of it. Still clean it though. Alright, I got it cleaned up and fitted. That grommet there is what failed and made it all, like it came out and then it leaked. So I cleaned up all the gunk, and tomorrow I'll bleed it. I'll leave the fuel tank out until, make sure it's all good. And got that bit of tinware in. That's basically all I've done all day. Yeah. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Alright, it's been another week and not a lot of progress, but I have had a little bit of a situation, and I've heard of it happening before, but it's never happened to me. So basically last week I was doing the brake master cylinder. So I pulled the fuel tank out, whacked it up there, and that's as far as I got at that point in time. Now last week the wheels were on and the car was on the ground, a lot lower at the back, and during the week I smelt fuel, and I come out and have a look, and what has happened is all the fuel has gone from there, and because of it was on such a mega like slope, and I've gone and filled and it's drained, and look at that, sump is full of fuel and oil, but luckily I have to do an oil change. That's a little bit of a trap for young players, that one. So I don't know, don't park it on a slope or have it jacked up and end up with the fuel tank higher than the motor. Or if you do, block the fuel lines. Now, it wasn't a lot of fuel, but yeah, a bit of a trap. And then the next thing that we're going to be doing, a little bit of light on the subject. So the other thing that was happening, put the master cylinder, brake master on, and it was leaking brake fluid through this grommet, which is brand new, but it was coming up through the top. So I've put some silicone and let that set. I mean, it's not under any pressure. silicone should be up to the task of that, but yeah. And while I've been doing it too, I've gone and damaged the wiring. So that's what I'm doing now. Drain the fuel and oil out, give it an oil change, and look at starting to bleed these brakes. So yeah, it's today's job. So it doesn't fill up. Oh shit, it's going to, isn't it? Alright, so I've got to take the plate off, throw a new filter in it, and of course, as I pried it off, it went pew and landed there. Yeah. Alright, so another week has passed and not a lot of progress. Last week I drained the oil out and the fuel that had got into the engine. I'm going to bleed the brakes today, so all the wheels are off it, but I did get my wheels and tyres. So I had some old wet weather racing tyres on these wheels, so I had to get some tyres. So 195 55s on the back, 165s on the front. So you can see a bit of a difference there, and that should give us the look that we're after. Yeah, so bleeding brakes, whacking some oil in, throw the wheels on. That's today's mission.